Dr. Alfred Dawes exposes University Hospital of the West Indies. This story consists of 2 episodes, part 1 and part 2. The other episodes will be shared as we go along, family. Pay attention. This is not political noise. This is not a press stunt. This is a doctor, a former UHWI insider, and a sitting opposition spokesperson laying bare what he says is a systemic collapse at one of Jamaica's most important health institutions. Tonight we break down episodes 1 and 2 of Dr. Alfred Dawes' series on the crisis at University Hospital of the West Indies, and why every Jamaican should be concerned. This is Michy Dex Commentary. If you value truth, context, and opposition voices that don't bow to pressure or get silenced, like, share, and subscribe. Now let's get into it. Episode 1, From Beacon to Breakdown. In Episode 1, Dr. Alfred Dawes sets the tone. He describes the University Hospital of the West Indies not as a failing institution by accident, but as one brought to its knees by chronic mismanagement, questionable procurement practices, and what he calls a betrayal of public trust.
Welcome to the first episode of what promises to be a critical conversation about one of our nation's most vital institutions. I'm Dr. Alfred Dawes, Shadow Minister of Health and Wellness, and a graduate of the University of the West Indies Medical School and a former chief resident in the Department of Surgery at the University Hospital. And over the coming days, we'll be taking you through a disturbing journey. Its regional importance, and the crisis it now faces. To understand what we stand to lose, we first must understand what the University Hospital of the West Indies truly represents. In 1945, in the aftermath of World War II, the Committee of Higher Education in the colonies made a transformative recommendation: establish a university in the West Indies. Jamaica was chosen as a site, and critically, it was decided that the first faculty should be that of medicine, as there was a desperate shortage of medical professionals throughout the region. In October 1948, the University College of the West Indies, affiliated with the University of London, opened its doors with its first cohort of medical students. On January 18, 1953, Sir Winston Churchill himself toured the hospital. The message was clear. This was an institution of international significance, deserving of international support. The UHWI is not just another hospital. It is the first teaching hospital We'll dive deeper into each aspect of this crisis. In the upcoming episodes, we'll examine the HR crisis, staff complaints, controversial transfers, shortages in critical departments, and what it all means for patient care. In subsequent episodes, we'll explain exactly how procurement fraud works, who benefits, and why it is so hard to detect. We'll trace the networks of influence that have allowed this to happen. We'll provide a detailed analysis of the Auditor General's findings, and ultimately, we'll present a roadmap for saving the UHWI. I'm Dr. Alfred Dawes. Thank you for watching.
Dr. Dawes reminds us that UHWI was once the gold standard for Caribbean healthcare, a teaching hospital, a referral center, a symbol of regional excellence. But according to him, that legacy is now being undermined from the inside. This episode is about how we got here, the warning signs ignored, the oversight gaps, and the consequences Jamaicans are now paying for with their health and their lives. This is not yet about solutions. This is about exposure. Episode 2. An HR crisis, exhausted, undermined, pushed out. Episode 2 goes even deeper, and this is where the crisis becomes human. Dr. Dawes focuses on what he calls an HR emergency at UHWI. Doctors and nurses, overworked staff feeling undermined, skilled professionals being pushed out of the system. He links burnout, staff shortages, and morale collapse directly to governance failures. Not lack of talent, not lack of commitment, but lack of leadership and accountability. This episode raises a serious question. How can a hospital function when the very people holding it together are being driven away? And if this is happening at UHWI, what does that mean for the rest of the public health system?
I'm Dr. Alfred Dawes. In episode 1, we laid out how the University Hospital of the West Indies has been crippled by overcrowded, broken infrastructure, and a procurement system so weak that the Auditor General could not find documents for over $521 million in contracts. In this episode, we turn to the people trying to hold that failing system together, the doctors and nurses, as well as other staff whose letters and memos show a hospital where morale is collapsing, workloads are unsafe, and leadership decisions are driving good people away.
Why this series matters. What makes this series different is not just who is speaking, but how methodical it is. This is not a rant. This is not soundbite politics. It is structured, it is documented, and it is clearly building toward bigger questions about oversight, responsibility, and who answers when institutions fail the people. Jamaica, this conversation is only beginning. Episode 1 exposed the collapse. Episode 2 exposed the human cost. The question now is, who will answer? This is Michy Dex Commentary. If you value truth, context, and accountability without fear, walk good, Jamaica, and I'll see you in the next one.